Okay, so there's a couple verses in the Bible that talks about the earth melting, which I think is significant because we've seen the evidence of the liquefaction and the mud flood stuff, which I know people equate the mud. A lot of people will just equate it to the Noah's flood, which isn't wrong sometimes. I mean, yeah, there was definitely Noah's flood, but I think also there was major earthquakes that caused the vibration causing the liquefaction in the ground, causing the ground to turn to mud. Um, and so here, Psalm 46, the heathen raged, the kingdoms were moved. He uttered his voice, the earth melted. And then we've got Nahum chapter 1, verse 5. The mountains quake at him, and the hills melt. And the earth burned at his presence, yea, the world and all that dwell therein. So the hills melt, which is, it makes me think of a video I saw one time of Italy where there was just this big hill, almost looking like a plateau, but it was a big hill, big sturdy looking hill with like buildings on it and like trees, and just out of nowhere the thing just collapses, just landslide. It was insane. It's terrifying. And that's what this makes me think of. And I've seen like videos where they replicate it in a lab too. Like there's like a mound of dirt, and they're able to put like the right frequency of vibrations through it, and it just turns it into liquid. It's crazy. So, the sunken buildings, melted buildings even, and like the plasma meltdown stuff that people talk about. Yeah, I think like all that is potentially here, like, or potentially. I mean, the Bible references the earth melting, the hills melting. So take that what you will, but I think that again, there's the truth in the Bible, and really, the Bible's the only place where we're gonna get 100% truth, I think, and not truth mixed with lies. And before I go, I want to just talk about one other part in the Bible here where I think it's referencing earthquake. I might not be able to find the exact spot, but it's in Genesis in the beginning when it's talking about the table of nations. A little bit after that, the descendants of Noah's sons. By these are the isles the Gentiles divided, everyone after his tongue, after their families and in their nations. There's another part where it references islands and stuff. But here we go. So in Genesis 10:24, Arphaxad begat Salah, Salah begat Eber. And unto Eber were born two sons. The name of one was Peleg, for in his days was the earth divided. So literally, I think it was all one landmass, and it got broken up into the continents, and might call them islands somewhere here in the Bible. But so because again, when we're talking about everyone after his tongue, when it's talking about the isles of the Gentiles divided in their lands, so I feel like it's like the Tower of Babel incident is when the earth was divided. Eber, I heard somewhere else that Eber was the only Hebrew is based off his name Eber, which would be like Eberu, and that was the original language because he was the only one that wouldn't participate in building the Tower of Babel. I don't know where I heard that. Obviously, it's some extra biblical lore, but interesting, I thought. But yeah, I definitely think that the earth is divided with the Tower of Babel incident, which was like another rebellion against God. And I believe it was people and spiritual beings. I think Michael Heiser talked about that stuff a little bit too. But yeah, God assigned different Elohim beings to different nations, essentially, after they didn't want to follow God. Um, and the Tower of Babel. I'm sorry, I'm just rambling now, but the Tower of Babel is probably the pyramid on the dollar bill, I think. For real, I had a thought about that. Thought about it for a while. Something else I heard yesterday verified it for me. But I'm just rambling on and on. I really think, though, that the whole thing about the earth being divided, that was the same time as the languages getting confused, confounded. I really think that isn't, people are not looking at that enough. Like, I think that was another reset event that happened besides the flood. So anyway, that's all I really needed to tell you guys today. Thanks for watching.